Hi, this is Mike Regan with Transact's 2-Minute Warning for the week of August 25th. And in this week's 2-Minute Warning, we're taking a look at how shippers can reduce their freight and supply chain costs by as much as 10 to 15%. Folks, this year we've issued a lot of 2-minute warnings, had some webcasts, talked a lot about how shippers can actually reduce their freight costs by as much as 10 to 15%. Well, that's gotten some emails and some calls from folks saying, Mike, how can we do that? Well, when we get those kind of calls, we like to remind them there's really two different kind of categories for savings. One of them is to think transactionally. I'm going to get savings by asking the carriers to give me lowest rates. And that's, okay for some, but if you're a Transact customer, you're already getting the lowest possible rates. So if you want the 10 to 15% savings in the freight and supply chain areas, you need to think strategically. Now, when we're thinking strategically, we're focused on issues that we can control. It's not dependent on what the carriers do, what we call outside factors. It's what we choose to do internally, or managing from the inside out. Now, one of the things I have to be a little careful about is, this 2-minute warning goes out to thousands of people. We have close to 1,000 competitors who get our 2-minute warnings. And trying to keep them off the list is pointless. We want everyone to be out there knowing what's going on, so we welcome them. But what it does mean is that when we share these type of things, some of it is proprietary. Now, when we're thinking strategically, one of the things we do is take a look at the data, the design. For example, if I want to build a house, I just don't say to the builder, I want to build a house. I go out and get an architect to lay out the data. Same thing when we want to control our supply chain costs, we lay out the data. The next thing we do is bring in people that have experience and expertise. If you're building a house, that's the general contractor. Well, here at Transact, we view ourselves as being a general contractor for helping you control your freight costs and supply chain issues. The third thing is we use the right tools and technology. When they build a house, they don't have to do it with shovels, they have excavators, they have all sorts of things. Well, at Transact, we have great tools and technology. Now, when we take a look at that kind of base, where we have great data, substantial experience and expertise, and the technology and tools, you can get some great things done, especially when we delve into some really important areas. Now, if you're interested in learning what those areas are, do me a favor, send me an email, give us a call. I don't want to hand all this playbook to the competitors. One of my competitors told me, Mike, Transact might be the most knocked off company in the country, but that's okay. We want to share information, but we want to share it with the right people. So once again, if you'd like to learn more about how your company can reduce its supply chain and transportation freight costs by as much as 10 to 15% a year, send me an email, give us a call, or better yet, let's have a conversation, an informal conversation via Calendar, a one-on-one conversation. We make all of this stuff available to you because with each and every 2-minute warning, we're here to remind you we're on your team, here to help, passionate about seeing you be successful. Thanks for your time.